So, is it me, or does it feel like something might be on the precipice of happening? If you were to ask me my words on what I think about the Sonic franchise this year, I think the word is like almost apathetic in a way. Keep in mind, this is a year where a Sonic game, I guess 3D game, I mean, kind of like a spin-off, if you will, did get an 82 on Metacritic and also got an 8.9 user score, which I believe the user score is actually higher than the Mario counterpart. I mean, I would definitely take that as a big win. It's kind of like a high benchmark or standard that we set for ourselves as fans. And to see that is definitely like a win. You know, you chalked it up as a victory. And we got a second Sonic game that released this year, even though there was a lot of turbulence leading up to it. We got Sonic Rumble. It's a, you know, mobile, spin-off, live action, multiplayer online title. But, you know, it kind of feels like these games aren't really doing it for me. You know, I know this might be a hot take, but I think that 2025 has been the most boring year for Sonic since I started covering it. I don't want to come off a certain way like, oh, I'm ungrateful, or, you know, we've been spoiled with a lot of content. I definitely agree with that. We've gotten a lot. We even got 2 games this year. Listen, I know we can't get banger mainline games every year. Obviously, that's unrealistic. And, you know, I'm happy with where we're at. But I just think the general enthusiasm in 2025 for the Sonic franchise as a whole has just been kind of down, you know? So take a look at this chart right here. This is the Google Trends. The spike, as you see, is when Sonic Movie 3 came out. Obviously, it's going to cause a massive spike in interest, and then it's completely down. So what I'm saying is backed by data and evidence. Maybe enthusiasm's not the right word. I think like interest. Like right now we're kind of, I feel like we're all on standby. We're waiting for the next big Sonic announcement. So don't get me wrong, spin-offs are great. Keep them coming. I love it. Let's keep doing it. But the 35th anniversary is about to happen. We are 1 month away, so I feel like expectations should certainly rise. So right now, we're walking into 2026 with no confirmed Sonic projects. All we have is obviously Sonic Movie 4, but that's 2027, technically within the 1 year time frame of the 35th anniversary. And we've recently just got a 2028 Sonic movie confirmed randomly in a news article from Variety. Kind of like, what's going on here? Like, is it a spin-off? Is it a two-parter? Like, what exactly is that? Point being is nothing is confirmed for the 2026 slate, and I think the time to strike is probably next week for a major announcement. And why do I think that? Well, of course, because next week is the Game Awards. We have a semi-annual game show every year with the Game Awards and the Summer Games Fest, where I think at every single one since 2021, we've gotten some type of Sonic project announced, teased, trailered, or whatever at these events. So it's safe to assume that in 2025, on December 11th, we are going to get some form of a Sonic announcement or something. It doesn't necessarily have to be Sonic Frontiers 2, but I think it's going to be there. As a matter of fact, Sonic has 4 nominations, which is Sonic Rumble, nominated for Best Mobile Game. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is nominated for Best Sports and Racing Game. By the way, going up against Mario Kart World, Sonic vs. Mario, here we go. Also, it's once again going up against Mario with Best Family. So 3 nominations for Sonic. It had a nomination for Player's Voice, but it already lost in the first round, so we can get rid of that. Hey, 4 nominations, not bad. So with multiple nominations, Sega and Sonic will be at the Game Awards, but I'm telling you, something weird is going on. There's a new recent development that just came out that I find very interesting. I just cannot put my finger on exactly what it is. So about a month ago, an artist by the name of Thundercat made a visit to the Sega offices and took a picture, and everyone's just like, what's this all about, you know? And then recently, check this out. He posted on his Instagram story a picture of Sonic and Michael Jackson in the 90s, which is like, okay, he has some involvement with Sonic or Sega or whatever. But it gets even weirder because another huge recording artist by the name of The Weeknd, I'm sure you guys have probably heard of him, has also posted on his Instagram story the same exact picture. 2 musical artists posting the same picture of Sonic and Michael Jackson, curiously timed around the Game Awards. And that wasn't the only thing that The Weeknd posted. He also posted this photo of Michael Jackson once again with Sonic in the 90s. So there's some type of connection with one musical artist, Michael Jackson, Sonic, and maybe an upcoming announcement, because again, we don't know what's happening for the 35th anniversary. So now the tinfoil hats are on, and I'm starting to think what could be coming. So let's discuss what the potential announcements for the Sonic franchise next week could possibly be. So this might be the least exciting one, but maybe we can expect a music-themed announcement. So Sonic Racing Cross Worlds still seems like a priority for the franchise, considering the investment in like the online side of things, if you will. We're getting tons of DLC for the game. Also, they created a Twitter account for the game. We have 1 year of like live service support at the minimum. potentially if the game's doing well, maybe we could see support beyond that, further additional DLC, and maybe that's what this could be. So music-related content has certainly been a thing for the Sonic franchise. The tracks are obviously iconic. We've gotten the Sonic Symphony World Tour. Like, that's been an announcement before. I don't know if that's Game Awards tier level announcement. That's more of like a Sonic Central announcement. But, you know, when you think of two musical artists, you have to think of all the possibilities. And as a matter of fact, maybe they're making a new song. Maybe there's a new Sonic song game, rhythm game coming out. Sega already has Samba de Amigo, where Sonic has appeared before. So maybe they're making a Sonic rhythm game. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of iconic banger soundtracks. So it's a possibility. I mean, it's not something I would be over the roof about. I'm not going to lie. But with these musical artists, this is kind of like the conversation that I've seen online a little bit. So certainly a possibility. We won't rule it out. Sonic Frontiers is obviously one of the most successful 3D Sonic games of all time. It's really like miraculous what it was able to do for the franchise. So I think the thing that's on the Sonic community's mind, and also probably the gaming community's mind at large, is what is the next 3D mainline Sonic game? What is the follow-up to Sonic Frontiers? Because as much as I love the game, you know, there's some issues that people had with it. So it's like they had this very promising gameplay formula. Can they fully tweak it, refine it, and polish it for a game that will be universally loved by everyone? That is the question that's on everyone's mind. That's what everyone's anxiously anticipating. With the recent Shadow Generations game, it's pretty clear that Sega is certainly up to the task in terms of like improving the polish and quality of the game. So 4 years ago at the Game Awards, we got the Sonic Frontiers trailer in 2021. So hey, maybe 4 years later, they're ready to make another CG trailer announcement. You know, they don't have to necessarily show gameplay, but they can maybe reveal that, okay, the next project is in the works. Here's what it's called. Here's a CG sneak peek teaser. If there's ever a stage that's more appropriate to do so, I think Game Awards 2025 is the perfect way to kick off the 35th anniversary. The only thing that I've seen some Sonic fans a little bit concerned about as far as like a 2026 release date for the next mainline Sonic game, because they love to come out with the games in November, is the fact that GTA 6, probably going to be the biggest game of all time, got its release date delayed to November 2026. So maybe that could be a factor in us not seeing the next mainline Sonic game in 2026, but that doesn't rule out a Sonic game will come out in 2026, which segues into our next subject. So while we're on the subject of platformer games, there's been a rumor for years that Sonic Heroes is allegedly going to get an Unreal Engine 5 remake. As the time passes, it feels a little bit less likely, but we can't forget that Metal Sonic is the final boss of Sonic Heroes, and Sonic 4, which is coming out in 2027, is going to feature Metal Sonic. So I feel like if there ever was a time that's appropriate to remaster or re-bring Sonic Heroes into the fold, it would be to cross-promote with the fourth Sonic movie. Iizuka did recently come out and say that remakes and remasters are not really the priority right now, and they are focused on new Sonic games. So that's why it's like, Heroes remake, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not happening. So something that's been kind of underratedly consistent for the Sonic franchise is that there's always like some type of TV show running. I mean, you had like the 90s cartoons, you had Sonic X, you had Sonic Boom, recently Sonic Prime, and there's been recent rumors about a Sonic TV show, potentially an animated series maybe coming into the mix. Like, we've all seen the Knuckles prologue, everyone liked it. Shadow Generations got an animated short, everyone loved it. We got the Chow Tales recently. We also got the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds animation, and the fan reception has been absolutely positive. Like, say what you want about the games, everyone likes to argue with each other. Almost everyone enjoys the new Sonic animated series stuff that they've been doing. There's been rumors by Daniel RPK. We've kind of talked about this before. I haven't really covered it too much, but no, there's a rumor that a new animated Sonic show is in the works. I don't trust things until they're confirmed, but it is a rumor. So again, when we talk about big announcement, Game Awards, I think it's definitely within the realm of possibility. We do have a Sonic movie coming out next year, and we just got like this random announcement that another one's coming out the year after. So maybe at the Game Awards, we will get some type of announcement what the next Sonic movie will be called or what it's about. If it's going to be like a two-parter scenario with Sonic Movie 4, maybe we won't, because that'll probably spoil some things, but maybe they'll announce, hey, the Shadow spinoff is officially coming in 2028. I don't know. Considering the fact that high-profile music artists are making teasers about Sonic-related something, projects, content, who knows? Maybe that lends credibility to the fact that something movie related could be coming, because we know that all the Sonic movies have had some type of high profile artist create music for them. So it's not something out of the realm of possibility to expect. But with all that being said, Sonic has not missed an announcement at the Game Awards or Summer Games Fest, I think, since 2021. So I think it's fair to say, especially given Sega's presence at the award show, something Sonic related will be announced or teased. Whether it's big, whether it's small, it doesn't really matter. Something is coming, and I want to know what you guys think about it.